thing is, because people are like, oh, residential repaint. Why don't you do cabinets? Why don't you do epoxy? Why aren't you doing new builds? Why aren't you doing high rises?
Yeah.
And it's like, listen, when I went to go get my BBO, I didn't go to my dentist. But dude, wow. When did you get your license and why did you get your license? What called you to get into this industry?
Yes, vato. So
that's true though.
So
it's true.
You're funny.
You know?
Yeah, no, 100%.
When you put it like that, it's like, you're right, bro.
Yeah. Hey, this is Ricardo Braddick, Real Estate Braddick. Today I have with me somebody that I've been following on social media who has an awesome first name.
There you go, Ricardo Herrera. Yeah, that's who I'm here with.
And I say that because I'm Ricardo Hernandez, right? So anyways, Ricardo, what do you do exactly?
I own a local painting company here in the Valley, residential repaint specialist. That means we specialize in residential repaints, both interior and exterior, from Santan to Buckeye to Anthem.
Wow.
And the whole Valley for the most part.
You already know realtors are always looking for a great painter because I know earlier we were talking about how when you go into a house, you can see, workmanship, right? Poor workmanship where you see drips or you see bubbling or anything like that, where I've noticed you when I've watched your Instagram and your social media that you're always prepping. Yeah. And you prep like no other. I've never seen no other company prep like you. Why so much prepping?
Yeah, and we take a lot of pride in our prep work because picture this. And this is what I tell all the guys all the time. You and your dad hired a painting company and you guys head off to work. Your mom and your sister stay behind. So when your mom and your sister come out, you want to see a vanity masked off. You want to see a TV masked off. You want to know that, they cared for and they went the extra mile. So that's what I tell everybody. Picture your home. When you picture your home and you picture you and your dad paid a couple thousands, you guys took off to work, you left your mom and your sister behind, you'll do the right thing. There's no smoking, there's no drinking, there's no cursing, there's no peeing in the backyard, and you're going to go over and beyond when it comes to paper and plastic. So what I tell homeowners is if paint should land on it, paint will not land on it. Paper and plastic, just about everywhere. Chandeliers, light fixtures. Yeah, you name it. It's going to receive paper or plastic to make sure that you're happy. And it's not like, hey, Ricardo, you got overspray on my $5,000 mic, man. Do you want to clean it? Or do you want to buy me some new ones?
Right.
So, yeah, preparation is the whole deal because it makes our job easier. And you'll be able to call me in 5 years. It's like, bro, it looks great.
It still looks good.
Let's paint the outside now.
What do you say about preparing? What's your saying?
Our saying is proper preparation prevents poor performance. And I didn't come up with this saying. I'll tell you that. I didn't come up with it. I think I got it off of Sherwin-Williams. I don't know where I got it from. But a lot of people,
I've heard it out there in that sense.
No, stop lying. Then in that case, I did come up with it.
Preparation, poor performance. I've heard it. Probably in the Marine Corps because, we're always having to, you have to be prepared for stuff. And I agree with that. Now, one thing I've noticed too is you guys are all young. Like, you guys only been doing this a month, right?
Yeah, bro, we started yesterday. And I think we got the hang of it. No, yeah. So the average age of the male, and because it's all males right now, working for TPG is 22. 22 years old. Yeah.
And the crazy thing is what I told you earlier, my oldest is 23. Yeah. But it's pretty cool because I seen his motivation, his dedication. And so personally, of course, there's no why I'm saying this is because I see his work. I'm going to have him paint my house. I mean, point blank, period. Yeah. You're going to do it just because preparation is what impressed me the most. Yeah. And of course, you're painting and all that good stuff, right?
It's my good looks, bro. Just say it's my good looks.
And it's the name Ricardo.
It's the mole, huh?
The mole.
No, yeah, and I didn't say that, but I always say this right off the bat. So the average age of the male working is 22. That doesn't mean you have young kids running around with ladders. You have young, highly motivated, individual, skilled painters painting your home. Because at the end of the day, we have skill. Like for our age, like the foreman is like, these guys are about 10 years in the paint game and they've been with me since day one. Wow. I have since I was 12. So 10 years of paint game in me. So yeah, like the skill is definitely there. How did that start? So when I came out the womb, bro, I came out with the brush. And my parents decided painter. So a lot of people would say your grandpa started, your dad started. No, I did start this on my own from the ground up. Wow. So I built this beast. This is my third year in business. One of my cousin's ex-husband was a painter. Okay. And I think when I was 12, he was like, oh, there's no painters and they're trusting me with a lot of work. So he had a lot on his plate, but he didn't have any painters. And I kept bothering him, take me. And one day he just got tired of me. And he asked my parents, yo, like, he wants me to take him. Do I take him? And my dad's a real blue collar worker. Like, I ain't no real blue collar worker, but I'll tell you the truth. I'm not out there sweating balls, busting my back off. Like, I worked hard, but there's a whole different animal of blue collar surface, which from electrician, commercial work. So my dad, he's an iron worker. He ties rebar. He's been doing that since he got here. So for
nice.
over 26 years.
Okay.
And my dad was like, llévatelo. Take his ass to work. Don't pay him. Make him carry the ladders. Yeah. Make him do it all. That was my dad. And yeah, that's all I've done. That's all I've done. I've never had a real 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I did the whole schooling thing because a lot of people think when I tell them I have 10 years of experience and this is all I've done, they're like, wow, you dropped out at 12? Like 6th grade? It's like, no, trust me. We did the whole schooling thing. I just have always painted. So whether it was after school, holidays, weekends, yeah.
Nice. Well, I noticed that he was painting Brophy and he went to Brophy. Yeah. And that's another reason why it just attracted me to him, to have him here, because I had cousins that were from Brophy, that went to Brophy. One of them's an engineer and one of them's a doctor. And here, a business owner, doing really good. I'm like, man, they're just producing these top-notch people from Brophy.
Yeah, when you go in there, they give you this pill, bro, and you just become a whole different.
The red pill or the blue pill.
Yeah, and you're like both of them. I don't know. I'll take 2 or 2.
Give me 2 and call me in the morning.
No, yeah, bro, I will always be thankful for being there, the people I've met. What I tell everybody, bro, and I'll tell you, is it was a 15-minute bus ride. So I rode the bus, I think from like freshman to sophomore year with Edwin. He's the COO of the company.
Edwin, yeah, I've seen him.
Yep, and that was that's my reflection now. It was a 15-minute bus ride. Where I lived, we come from the hood, 31st Avenue New School, in the Blade. Like, that's where I was born and raised, my parents' first home. So yeah, that's what I knew.
Okay. I did want to ask you something about Brophy. So you went to Brophy, and then I see you painted Brophy, and I'm like, man, that's a big task. That's not no small task, man.
No, yeah.
So I mean, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was definitely a big project. Thanks to the TPG team for handling it. Thanks to the school for trusting me, and thank you to God for bringing me and presenting me the opportunity.
For sure.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I've painted lots of the teachers there. So at Brophy, I'm full of energy and everything. I was not the cool kid, but I also wasn't Edwin. And I say that in wrong because Edwin had no friends.
Yeah.
And Edwin knows I can bash him and say he was a quiet kid.
Yeah.
But I knew that it was more than just going to school there. Like I said, it was a 15-minute bus ride for me, bro.
Oh, wow.
I pulled up in the bus. Kids are getting dropped off in Rolls Royces, Mercedes. And I never hated, bro. I never, my dad taught me, someone,
be grateful
you work
for what
hard
you have.
and you get what you get in, So I would see that and I was like, someone worked hard, someone worked hard. We have friends that, the Sands Chevrolet, I know the owner, his son, Doug Ducey, his son went there. So it's a great school. And like I said, it was just a 15-minute bus ride for me to see if I work hard, this is what I can provide for my kids. Yeah. And I'm getting the chills because it's true, bro.
No, it is. I mean, from what I see, right? All your hard work, all the jobs you're at, all the houses you're painting. So when you go to a house, where do you start? What's the first thing you start doing when you're gonna say
to give an estimate or to actually paint?
Well, estimate, and then go into now you're gonna start painting.
Yeah. So first things first, I'm gonna go out there. We're gonna meet each other, and then we're gonna hit it off with asking a couple questions that I always ask to know that where we have to go. So what's the reason of painting? How soon do we need it done? And have you hired a professional painting company? Why do you need to paint it? Are you going to flip it? Are you going to sell it? Are you going to be here for the next 10 years? So that we can provide you the best quality where you need to be met. What was the question? How soon, right?
Well, no. So now that you're did the estimate and you're going through all that, what's the first step when you're getting into this house to start actually painting?
So we come in and we record your whole place. We record the whole place just because we're going to have to move things around. Then we start moving things around. Let's say if we were going to paint this studio here, right? The guys come in, foreman comes in and takes pictures and videos. Yeah. Then he just brings everything towards the middle. Because we like to spray our scenes and spray our baseboards if we can. If we can't, then cool, we'll roll it. But it's always easier. You get that nice finish if you spray it. So we'll take pictures, bring everything towards the middle, and then we start to mask. Paper and plastic, like I say all the time, just about anywhere. If paint can land on it and paint should not land on it, it's going to get masked off.
Nice.
So that's a little rundown. It's a whole different animal. And I can tell everybody, I'm not a salesman. I'm going to provide you the quality that I provide to my house. So if I need to flip my house, I'm going to also stick to a budget. If I want my house with super fine finished paint, I don't want to see a paint in 10 years, then I'm going to recommend that. And that's why you ask those questions, because let's say you're doing a flip and I start recommending you super high-end, top-end stuff. You're like, wait a minute, bro. You don't need a primary surface. You don't need to sand this, bro. Just get in and get out. And it's like, oh, you're right. You're flipping it,
But you're still going to do a quality job. For sure. It's just now a matter of the material, the expense of that material to use.
So what I say, it's still the same TPG standard. We're just going to switch out the product that comes from also a high-end manufacturer. So I'm not going to go fucking put water in your paint. I cussed again, but YouTube is not me. It's me, it's not him. Don't So Braddick, Ricardo, With realtors are always posting market shifting, right? Like they just don't stop posting it. And I love realtors, so don't take this the wrong way. Don't take this the wrong way for yourself and the viewers. What do you have to say about the market shifting right now and everything that's going on? Because you're a personal realtor, or how did you describe it earlier?
So yeah, personal realtor. I'm not going to take on more than one buyer and one seller at a time. Yeah. Just because I want to be able to give that person the 100% undivided attention on what I do. And so, I mean, the market shifting, you know, if you've been in the real estate business long enough, you adapt to it. Yeah. Now, how do you relay that message to new home buyers, to existing buyers that want to sell? That's where it gets tricky because they may be stuck on the year past. Oh, but the houses were this and the interest rate was this. You got to explain to them, we understand, but the market is like this, right? So interest rates go up, you know, prices go down, and then this and that. Well, right now we're in a position where prices of homes are still going up. Yeah. Interest rates are still going up.
Go up, bro.
Yeah,
because we're all gonna only make more money, and things are only gonna cost more.
Yeah,
it's like a brand new Corvette. What it costed 10 years ago is a lot more than it costs now.
Yeah, and it's because of the material, what it costs now. The price of everything goes up. Inflation,
it's
all
a
that nonsense. Yeah. And so you just have to be able to explain that to your client to kind of put them at ease that, you know, hey, look, this is where we're at now. Yeah. But right now, the market, I'm telling you, houses are going to continue to go up. This is not like 2008. And your rates, those are the only things that really go up and down. Yeah. The rates are the only thing that go up and down. And I always tell people, when do you think were the two best times to buy a house? 5, 10, 15 years ago, that was your first time. And now.
Yeah, 15 years ago and now.
And now, because 10 years, 5 years from now, you're going to be regretting it. All the equity you could have made. Yeah. You would have refinanced that interest rate at 7.72, or if you have really fantastic credit in the 6s, you can refi that and get it down. So the market changes, and you're gonna just have to roll with it. You're gonna have to explain that to your clients and try to put them at ease in those situations.
What are you doing different today to help your clients in today's market?
Giving them information, putting people in front of them that will, maybe there's something that they heard that they're like, oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. I just had title come in, do an interview. Nice. And so they explained about what they do in title and what happens there in situations, because sometimes the homeowner can get themselves into a tricky situation. Yeah. And title was explaining, don't do this so that you alleviate this problem. Yeah. And so just giving them education, right? When they have a question, I'm there to answer. And if I do not have the answer, I have the right people in place to answer these questions.
And you're fair and honest. And that's what I tell everybody. Working with TPG. Yeah, working with TPG, I'm not going to bullshit you. You're not going to see me pull up to your house and start scratching my head. And it's like, shit, what'd I get myself into? Yeah. It's like, hey, you know what? This project is the ideal project. Hey, you know what? I'm sorry, but your 12,000 square feet home is a little too big. Yeah. I'm very fair and honest, you know? Yeah. Hey, you know what? Of course I can take this project. Or you know what? You're doing a brand new build from the ground up. We don't do that. Yeah. Versus, you know, you pull up and my guys are scratching their head and we're all stressed out and we just want to go home.
No, you don't want to do that. So one thing, when I wanted to get into this business, I don't want to make it like a job. Yeah. I wanted to actually enjoy what I was doing, right? And when you enjoy what you're doing, you do it better. Yeah. You're happier. Your clients, your family's happier. You know what I'm saying? When you come home. And so, yeah, I definitely agree with that. That you don't want to be bullshitting people, because then you're going to get yourself in a predicament. You're going to get yourself stressed out because you've overpromised.
Yeah, my thing is, because people are like, oh, residential repaint. Why don't you do cabinets? Why don't you do epoxy? Why aren't you doing new builds? Why aren't you doing high rises? Yeah. And it's like, listen, when I went to go get my BBO, I didn't go to my dentist. But dude, wow. When did you get your license, and why did you get your license? What called you to get into this industry?
Yes, vato. So
that's true, though.
So it's true. You're funny.
You know?
Yeah, no, 100%.
When you put it like that, it's like, you're right, bro.
Yeah. You know? You don't want to just start veering into every little aspect of a paint, or because you got a roller, now you can roll anything.
You're a realtor for homes. Yeah. If I came to you for looking for a garage, you can't do it, right? Right. Same thing with painting. Yeah. That's why I'm a specialist. You come to me for my specialty. Right. Not because you have the sprayers, bro, just do it. Because clients do it all the time. Ricardo, you got the sprayers, man. Just start doing these cabinets. Yeah, dude, yeah. And it's like, but I used to do that. I used to do everything in painting. And then you start to realize it. And it's like, this makes it easier for my clients to find me. Yeah. Makes it easier for the guys. A niche. I get to go home and relax and breathe. Versus the foreman is ready to shoot his head off because he has to do this, he has to do that. Yeah. He used the wrong tape. When I tell people this, there's not just one tape. There's many different tapes.
Yeah, no, and I don't, like me, of course, not knowing.
No.
You know, is it the blue one? Doesn't it do everything?
Is it the orange one? Is it the blonde one? Is it the green one?
Which one does
what? Is it
what?
the purple one? There's 4 different blue ones.
Jeez.
When you put it like that.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I thought just that tape.
But
it's
like that in every industry, though.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, for sure. There's always different, like you said, formulas, different variables, different products. Yeah. So, yeah, man, I appreciate you coming out.
Thank you, bro. It was fun.
It was a great one. Funny, dude. You're hilarious. And I'll keep watching you on your Instagram. You want to tell everybody where they can follow you?
You guys can follow me on every social media platform. Ricardo the Painter. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, podcast, TikTok, OnlyFans. You name it, we're on there. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, Ricardo the Painter. You can find me on all those social media platforms. Like I tell everybody, I shoot all the content, bro, because I remember when I started the company, late teens, you had nobody to turn to. Yeah. I had nobody to turn to, and that's why I'm an open book. I'll share anything, bro.
Again, I appreciate you coming out, bro.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for having us and doing this, bro, for the people.
And it's going to be right there under him, all his information. I appreciate you guys watching. This is Real Estate Braddick out, and another great open house. Peace.
Peace.